Oh, I forgot. Give me just 1 second. There we go. I had forgotten to put this back. I was recording some clips right before this. Grinding VOD reviews? More like not being lazy about them. What up, Kiev? How are you doing? Let's see. Everything should be correct except for the VOD information, which I have to fix. First one is Blizzard World. I would guess it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. It's a quick VOD.
Welcome to Blizzard, ready for battle.
And I need to toggle this back on. Yeah. We are... What? No? Huh. Okay. Thought it was gonna be a bit different. Also, I have seen the video now. Now I have shortcuts to do everything. And instead of doing the Z and X to swap times, I just put it on the mouse buttons, the side mouse buttons. I think it makes a lot more sense. This is Masters 3. Okay. Here, Master Division, 3rd Division. This is centered, yes. Okay. So we're good to go here. So let's get to the VOD. I also need to be careful about time because I have like 2 hours, I believe, until the patch to watch 3 VODs. Yeah, it is. I need to remember that I can also toggle pause. I'm gonna have to get accustomed. Is that a word? I don't remember. I have to get used to these. Okay, so you start checking the tracer, that's completely fine, I think. Alrighty. Until I relaunch the game? I don't remember because it's like, yes, it asks you to close the game, but then sometimes it doesn't close the game. Right? I don't remember if when it forces you to close or when it's just like, okay, you should close, but you don't have to close. What up, Tizian? How are you doing? Here, alright, I need to remember the shortcuts. I don't mind checking the tracer at the start. I do think that if you are going to check the tracer, you're making too much noise. I would like for you to try to force her out, maybe even one-shot her, right? It doesn't cost you much. Look at where your team is. Your team isn't really going at it yet. And you took a while to go here, right? So, trying to get a one-shot on the tracer and maybe get a 5 versus 4 advantage would be pretty good. I just think that with the amount of noise that you made, it becomes less of a chance. But I do understand why you're double jumping, right? It makes the dash angle a little bit easier. Now you force her out, or kind of. And now you turn back. Now, a lot of things I don't like here. First, you insta-commit dash to Ramatra. At the very start, you started up here. Yes, you could have seen the enemy comp, you could have pressed tab, but you didn't look around, right? You didn't... I can't say for sure that you didn't know what the enemy comp was, but my guess is that you didn't really have a good idea of the rest of the comp, because you tunneled on the tracer and then when you came back to your team you saw Ramatra and instantly went in on him, right? Ramatra is not a good first target. In fact, Ramatra is not usually a good target in general, because he can just soak up a lot of damage very, very easily with his block, his extra armor and everything, right? Ramatra has like Orisa levels of anchoring power, if not more than her in a lot of circumstances. So I don't like that you're insta going for him. One interesting thing about Ramatra, especially when you're playing something like Genji, but it can be applied to Tracer or other things that are pretty mobile, right? Is that if you take an angle, then he can't block every damage, right? Can't have damage reduction on all the damage on your team. Then your team here is pushing him from the front, and imagine you come here from the back, right? Then you can pressure him and deal some actual damage. But even then, you're gonna be dealing more damage to this Ramatra by focusing the supports so that they don't free heal him, right? Force the Kiriko to Suzu herself. Force the Mercy to fly away, right? They shouldn't be able to just pocket the Ramatra and have everyone be going on him, and then you have these players here, this DPS, these supports, the squishes that are your targets, play for free, right? That shouldn't be happening. Especially when you have such free setup, right? The same thing that you did here, you can do on the other side. And guess what? If they are playing inside, then you just gotta jump on them like you did, and you're pretty safe if you need to back up because of wall climb and stuff. But in this case where the Cassidy is pushing outward instead of staying inward right on the point, then you can do the opposite where you go inside and then you use the wall to go outside, right? Or you just instantly check him because he's close to you and you hugged cover, for example. You played here or you were in this position. Maybe you dropped over here. If you, let's say, try to check the Tracer a little bit more and maybe force her to back all the way, and then you turn to the Cassidy while the Tracer is out of the fight, right? I just really don't like you going here in the Ramatra. Because look at this. Look at how many resources went into him, and he did die, but he really shouldn't have died. This is probably only because of a late Suzu. Because of that, the squishes weren't contested, so the Cassidy free farms, the Tracer free farms, and now you're trying to go on the Mercy. And this is great, right? Look at this. Mercy is supporting the Kiriko. The Kiriko is supporting the Mercy. Now imagine if this is what you were doing when your team was going on the Ramatra. Now both supports are focused on a single player while 4 of your teammates are focused on killing the Ramatra while he receives hero healing, right? Then that would become like an actual threat to his life and to the supports. But before, the Ramatra is just chilling, the supports are chilling, the DPS are chilling, there is no danger, the Ramatra is doing exactly what he wants, and everyone on your team is falling victim to his plans, right? Now we're resetting back, you can try to force the Tracer early. Now you saw Magnate. This is not the worst, but one thing that if you notice, this Ramatra, look at this position. Why can this Ramatra cleave both of you? In fact, with your Lucio, maybe even 3. Why? You don't have to be stacking like this. You're not something like Reaper to be playing like this, right? You can be taking more of an angle. You're giving the Ramatra free value like we talked about before, and this engage is like okay-ish, but at the same time, imagine if you do a wall climb in the middle in this time. Maybe don't do it quite here because then you're stacking your Ferrine, so you do it on the middle. Roof surf, then you can fall behind, then you can shoot until the Cassidy turns, and then you use either deflect or dash, right? You don't have to then instantly secondary fire dash, secondary fire, okay, now I probably already have to deflect, right? You don't have to get forced out so early, you get better damage on him, you're more flexible because you don't even need to keep going on him. You can just look at him for a bit, force him to turn around, then go into supports, so you get the attention of both supports and the Cassidy, and then your whole team isn't out focusing the Ramatra when he has 0 support, right? Same deal. one thing that becomes better with your engagement is the fact that the Cassidy has already wasted the Magnade on the Rhine, but I don't really like this. This feels like very, very safe Genji play from someone that is scared to actually go ahead and try to make plays, right? It just feels like, oh hey, I don't know what I should be doing in this lobby, or I feel intimidated by this lobby, so I'm just gonna be contributing so I cannot be flamed because I'm doing my part, right? I'm not feeding, I'm playing with the team and everything. But this is just like, if you're gonna be doing that, why not play something like Cassidy, a soldier or whatever, and have constant pressure and have more default value in these plays that you're doing, right? Use Genji's kit. And it's not like I'm asking, yo, you go on a big flank all the way over here and then you find the high ground and boom. The opportunities are presenting themselves to you. It's something as simple as, instead of going over here, you take one step to the side and you have an instantly better approach, right? Cursor behind, you're waiting for your cooldown so you can't do much. I don't see why you would be forced out there. Cassidy is dead. Tracer is in your backline. What up, and then how are you doing? What are they going to do? Who is going to be dealing massive damage to you to force you out? There's only one person called Kiriko, right? And this person, in this situation, you should just dash to the high ground and force her. Yeah, it's the same situation as before, except this time you're focusing the Kiriko instead of the Mercy, where the Mercy now has to pocket the Kiriko, and the Kiriko maybe has to turn for the Mercy or whatever, right? Then you're instantly out of Ramatro's range, you have a good high ground where you're very safe, and they should never kill you. The Tracer should not be in a position where she can kill you. She's probably going to be going at your backline, right? Which is what you should be doing to their backline. And the thing is, this isn't even risk, right? These aren't even risky plays. These are just pretty standard Genji plays, pretty standard Genji cooldown cycles. Okay, I see their cooldowns, I see their positioning, I have a pathing opportunity, so someone is like here, so then I go around a roof surf so I can drop on their side, and the moment that they turn I can dash back, right? It's not even like they're very dangerous. I feel like you just let yourself be too intimidated by the lobby, right? Right? This would have been way better before. It's good that you did it in the end, but it would have been better before, right? It's still winnable. I would not be dashing the Tracer. I would absolutely be going on the Cass. It's a chaotic fight. Yeah. This fight is on you. This fight is on you. Absolutely, for the things that we have already talked about. Okay, this baited noon, which is good. After that, you're probably going to Nano Blade. This is the kind of mistake that you can't be doing. I understand that it's like, okay, we should have already kept, but we didn't. We managed to throw. Oh, I baited the Noon, but I still want to go. I want to go as early as possible. A few seconds. Give it a few seconds, and then you go in without having to risk, right? If the Ana is not nanoing, don't do something like this, where you're obviously not picking the Noon, but if the Ana doesn't nano, then that's it. You can't control her, right? At the end of the day, you can blame the Ana for not nanoing, but it's not like this is the worst composition for you to Dry Blade in, even if she doesn't nano. You can get value with Dry Blade here, right? For example, if the Cassidy is playing low ground, like he was doing pretty often, and then you see the support's high ground, you can dash here, get some early damage before the blade pull out the blade. You're the safety of the high ground, you're flexible, you have a dash reset, you have your deflex, you can always stall for help with your team, and then you can swing at her, follow her, whatever, right? You don't necessarily need the nano. The nano would be great, but it's not like the Ana is the one that is throwing the situation away, right?
60 seconds remaining.
Now your Cassidy is dead. And I think that your Ana is AFK.
They have superior numbers.
30 seconds remaining.
One more fight. This is very winnable. This is still very winnable. Beat Blade. Good. Chase the Mercy. Great. Now you're in the Kiriko. Chaotic fight. And this is not something that you can choke. This is something that you have to be like, okay, we have already fucked up enough, but we can win this. I cannot afford to miss the kill on this person. There's no excuse for you to be missing this, right? And yes, I do understand that it happens, but this is the kind of situation where I will try to tell myself I cannot afford to lose this kill, right? And that is like a mental trigger for me to focus up and actually do my best to actually confirm this so that we don't lose a situation where you should always win, right? Because chokes happen, right? You can just end up choking kills that you shouldn't and then end up losing games. But it's if you can create a habit like that where you can have like a trigger for attention, that is great. That is something, for example, that I've recently noticed with when I blade, right? Whenever I blade, I notice that I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna focus up, I'm gonna get as much information as possible, I'm going to try hard as much as possible, because blade is a high pressure situation with a lot of value on the line, right? I can do a lot of it, I can throw with it, and it is mechanically difficult, there are cooldowns that I have to track, there's a lot going on. But pulling out the blade and being something that takes a while for me to build up to and be able to use is something that helps me be able to focus up. So every time I pull out blade, or most of the times that I pull out blade, I go into a higher focus mode, right? And that is something that I also sometimes can do with my base kit plays, and I want to be able to do more. I want to have a trigger on my base kit plays where I focus up and I actually get the plays that I want to do, because I know I'm capable of like secondary fire dash in, secondary fire melee, that person is dead, right? This kind of stuff. This Kiriko was an even easier kill than that, and you ended up choking, right? And not because you don't have the skill, but because you didn't focus up enough, right? Part of that is because you were scared of this lobby. I feel like you started to break away from that a little bit, but it was too late, right? It was too late. UC9, it happens, but yeah, it's not like this game was decided in a single moment, right? You could have won from the very first fight in this round.
Round 1. 0 to 0. Switching.
Right up Nautilus, and that happens, don't worry. I'm losing a little bit of frames myself here. Now you're playing Soldier,
Ready for battle.
and I don't think that Genji was bad,
5, 4,
but already. Let's see. I don't think that this is gonna take too long, but yeah.
defend objective.
I don't like this. I really don't like this. No, 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 no. Yeah. Yeah. Now you're lost in the sauce.
Still got some fight in me.
Like you're just lost in the sauce already. I would argue that you were lost in the sauce from the very start of this game. But like, yeah. I think that the loading screen and the lobby MMR, like you talked about, intimidated you and made you just lose this game without even trying it, really, right? You didn't give it a proper shot, which is unfortunate because this is the kind of experience that you need, right? And this This is the exact reason why I think I did the reactions on the wrong order. Shit. Okay, where do you? This is exactly why when in high rank lobby, right? You hear someone say, "Oh, why am I here?" Most of the time, the reaction from the high rank players is to like tell that person that no, they are in that situation, they are going to pop off and everything, and just play normally and everything. Because you can't have them lose their confidence. If they lose their confidence, the game is already over before it starts, right? And this is like a prime example of that, right? Alrighty. Masters 4. Sorry, that's wrong number. 4th division. Masters 4, there we go. Oh, and I didn't see which VOD. I think it's this one.
Now entering King's Row. Ready for battle.
Okay.
Let us proceed with haste.
Don't worry about it. I'm never toxic. Any sort of toxicity I feel like is counterproductive in any learning scenario. Like for example with Regulus before, I was trying to be harsh and I was trying to be I don't know exactly the word, but it's because one, it's higher elo, especially because it's not just a player in a higher elo. The lobby was even higher than the player, right? So it was like, oh hey, this is the top of the ladder. So this is where you really need to start squeezing out every bit of value. This is why I was being a little bit harsher, and also because I'm trying to basically imagine this is Regulus, right? Imagine this is Regulus. This is basically what I'm doing to him, right? I'm basically giving him a reality check, right? I'm basically holding his shoulders and shaking him so that he notices to like wake up, right? That is not a lobby for him to be scared of. That is an opportunity that he should be excited by to prove himself, right? Not to be inhibited, not to be scared to play and not performing because of it, right? That is essentially what that VOD review is. Like, there isn't really anything to say other than that, right? Most of the analysis just comes down to that, like, right? The confidence. I doubt that Genji will receive any buffs in this mid-season patch. We're gonna see in like 95 minutes, I believe.
You were truly fearsome in your prime.
Oh, shit. Why is this on the wrong chat mode? Let me actually change. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did, but my OBS chat was wrong. Go back. Actually, yes, I did lose messages because I was in the wrong chat mode on OBS, sorry. Yo, what up, Psych? How are you doing? Am I VOD reviewing every day? No, that would be crazy. I'm not gonna be grinding like that. I do want to do this more, but I'm not gonna be doing VOD reviews every day. Okay, I've caught up with chat at this point. Let me go back here. Just the game. This is good. I like that you're focusing Sig here. And I really like your patience with cooldowns. Although at this point you're now tunneling on the Tracer. Like the caster was shooting you and you didn't turn to deflect. You didn't make any mention of responding to his threats, right? But I did like your patience with cooldowns when you were on the Sig. Taxing the Mercy now. They shot Ana. That's fine. It's pre-fight still, like your team is not back, you're just gonna see if an opportunity rises, and Cassidy's all over you with the magnetic grenade. This is a moment where your team desperately needs to stop staggering. Because if you don't, you're just gonna get rolled. Yeah. Slow on the draw, Cassidy hits some good shots, and then you're 1 HP, the Tracer's trying to chase you, need to deflect. This point, if you don't have the reaction time for that, you have to just back up, everyone regroup and spawn and push together, right? Because at this point, you basically lost 2 whole minutes because you're staggering, and you only took a single fight, right? Only a single fight. This is not a kill that you can lose. This is a very rare opportunity. This play by the Tracer and you spotting it and having such a perfect opportunity to get a 5v4 advantage should be the offset to all the throwing that your whole team did up until now, right? All of the time that was wasted can be offset right now by this kill. This is not something that you can choke. You need to choose. Do I stay up here and line up shots up top? Do I dash and then look for a body shot combo? Because that insta-kills Tracer, right? Do I drop and try to triple headshot? Do I drop and try to double headshot dash? You have to just choose one. And here you get good damage. I don't know why you don't dash earlier, expecting to have time to do 2 shurikens. But this is bad. You should have killed her. You might still get the kill, but yeah, probably not. You probably lost the opportunity by this point. Great slip by your Ana. But yeah, now that's one of the main reasons why the advantage with the Tracer kill would have been so huge. Because your team trolled so hard, the enemies have a big auto advantage. You still don't have any ults, right? So that would have helped you offset that difference, that you would maybe have a fair fight. But now you don't, because you didn't get the kill. So when the Sigma looks like he's gonna die, he doesn't because he gets nanoed. Now the Tracer that is alive pushes your Ashe, Zen clutches it, but yeah. I will not accept that. What you just said, yes, you can. It happens, right? Teammates don't play the best they could, but I don't think that I have seen really your tank until now be anything bad, really, right? Like at the very start, your Doomfist almost got you an entry pick on the enemy tank because of the displacement that he did. And after that, your whole team was staggering. It wasn't just like your tank's fault. You can't just babysit the entire team. So, blaming teammates in general is just bad because you're not in. If you blame teammates, it's really hard for you to actually be in the mental space where you actually notice your mistakes and what you can improve from a match, right? Really hard. And unless you are at the highest of levels of play, there is always something more that you can do to carry a match, right? Because think about it. Okay, maybe you think that your tank is useless and you can't carry. But what if, let's say, Sparkle, Haxel, who are you, right? What if these star Genji players were to be playing on your place, would they care with a bad tank? Possibly, right? Could you perform to that level? Probably not. But that goes to show that there is an upper level that it is possible to reach, because humans have reached it before, that would have made the difference in a lobby like this and would have won. So what's the point on being like, oh hey, my tank didn't perform like I wanted them to, when you could have performed better? And that's a variable that you can control, right? You can control your own performance, you can control the performance of your teammates. So why focus on them, right? Focus on your own performance. You are actually gonna get out alive. This has been toxic. For first fight, block him. Toxicity is not something that you should bother with. Someone is being toxic, block them. Don't bother with that. Why? Because if you let the toxicity go around the team, everyone is gonna perform worse. No one is gonna focus on the match. So instantly just get that out of your system. Don't let it affect your decision making. And that's why you block him, right? You're instantly getting that variable out, not letting that bad influence affect you, right? This blade, I don't think it should have worked. Like, you didn't look to outplay cooldowns. Lamp, nade, sleep, right? You didn't look to do that. You're focused on that Cassidy that has High Noon, and you should know that he has High Noon because he hasn't used it and he farmed. And even if he didn't farm, it's already like 2 minutes and a half into the match, so you should assume that the enemy team has ults that they haven't used, right? Not Cassidy. Bap, Ana, these are very free targets with Nanoblade, right? The Bap, you just dash up to his face, then pull out the blade, he lamps the ground to save himself, you swing dash, he's insta-dead, right? The Cassidy with damage reduction and pockets could screw your plans. So there's no reason to go for him first, right? No reason. You're not looking to... This blade had no thought process whatsoever. It was like, okay, let us push in and let's nanoblade. Okay, but how is the nanoblade gonna go? How are they gonna counter? Are they gonna try to sleep me? Are they going to try to high noon me? Are they going to nade me? Are they going to have a rock to stop me, right? The high noon is mostly to zone you, right? And if you're scared about that, it's not like you can't kill him, but you should probably set yourself up in a way that you force it better, right? Because the way that you are, if you try to commit for a burst, swing dash swing, which should be enough damage to kill him, even with his damage reduction note, you have to be sure that these characters can't just save him from your burst, because after they save you from your save the Cassidy from your burst, you're toast. Unless the Cassidy screws up and shoots the noon on your deflect, right? Which is not something reliable. It's something that is his bad play, not your good play. Which is not something that you can consistently do, right? You want to be 100% on you when it works. Which is why you want to try to bait these cooldowns so that then you can either burst him or just kill these people faster than he can lock onto you and kill you, right? Doesn't really matter too much or the way that you approach. I just want to see you actually put thought behind how you're gonna do this, because this just feels like, okay, they have high noon, I'm just gonna focus him, and it shouldn't have worked, right? Had you not received the resources that you did, which if you go back, sorry for the noise, okay, there we go. Right? For example, the Zen Orb just saved there and let you get 2 more kills. And realistically, this isn't a comp that is strong enough against you that you should really need too much help from your team, especially considering that they didn't have stellar positioning or anything. Yeah, this is bad planning. You should never be payload here. Your Sigma has flex, you push up to destroy the lamp, follow up on the people that are 1 HP, free fight win. What are they gonna do to counter it? They don't really have much. Maybe if they plan really well, they lamp the ground after they drop and then they use Dap, Shift or N and A to try to sustain. But even then, you should be able to either kill them in the air, or kill them as they reach the ground, or kill the lamp, or whatever, right? You should be able to clean this up, or you should at least try to. And you didn't even give it a proper shot because you had to use dash to come back here because you gave up this position for no reason, right? The fight that you did with the soldier up top was great because it forced him out of this position. After you force him out of this position and no one here tries to fight you for it, this is a great setup place. This makes holding close for the enemy team on this corner, which is a good corner, bad because then you can shoot them from the side, and this also sets you up for anywhere in this position to just roll over the roof, drop, and try to assassinate. And this also obviously means that you're set up for flux, right? So this, you should not have given this position up for free. You fought for it and then you just went away. Now our team is using Bob when they didn't need to. Yeah, pushes that. Good. You don't have hard commits? Great. Didn't get the kill? Happens. Again, wire payload. The difference in speed is so small that it isn't worth it almost ever to be there instead of setting up. Genji is the character most of the time wants to set up. Be in a high ground like this, threaten to drop on the enemy team, even if you're not doing much. Use the high ground position like this to drop, shoot, go back, drop, shoot, go back. Same thing here, where you can drop and come back and threaten positions and have your presence. Make the enemy fight for positioning. Make them scared to come close to these positions because of your presence. Right? This is not the place that you should be at. Respect attempt. Not too much you can do. You did use trans, but yeah. I don't mind the attempt at using the window as an opportunity for you, right? That is a pretty interesting risk-reward play that doesn't present itself too often and would allow you to clutch a situation like that and really turn the game. It doesn't cost you too much. Great deflect, great positioning there. No reason for you to be using secondary fire at that range against Ana. Good pressure on the soldier, very nice. Now let's see, I'm guessing that you stay points, yep. Same thing, you should not be points here. You should be setting up on high grounds to threaten positions, prevent players like Ashe to get high grounds and be able to shoot down on your team from a great position. Set yourself up for assassinations if the enemy team allows you to, and if not, you're just controlling good space and you're properly set up, right? Why does your Ashe die here? Why does your Ashe die here? You weren't there to help with the Winston, you weren't there to contest the Ashe. Your payload. Like, why? Did the payload really move more because you were there? No, the payload probably moved less because you're here, because this means that they killed your Ashe earlier, as we talked about before, because of the Winston and the Ashe. And them killing your Ashe early means that they push to stop point and take a quick fight for a 5v4, right? If you were there, that means that the Ashe stays here for longer, which means that they have to fight for positioning more, which means you slow down the enemy progress towards points, which means that you get more progress. Good. They somehow lose a window fight. Now this is a position where I'm more fine with you playing a little bit safer, because you have such a massive ult advantage, and you probably only lose this if, let's say, you die early and you can't nano blade, right? This is a position where I'm fine with you playing safer. Now, it works. Oh, replay bug, please be fixed in this next patch. Now you play hands-on defense, okay.
One. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
You can't hide.
Crosshair positioning is a little bit too low. But in general you are trying to keep it at head level, which is good. But yeah, if your crosshair positioning was better, you would have gotten a headshot in the backline there. One thing that I really don't like is how long you're staying on the same angle. They already know you're here. So they're because they are worried that you are here, they're actually moving properly and not being sitting ducks for you to just headshots. So take a different angle. Go here, for example. Shoot these people from the side. You can't actually see them here, but you can from here. And now the Hanzo that's going to be aware of you here isn't really going to notice that you're now in this position. So now you can either surprise him or surprise these people, right? Yeah, I don't think that you have much experience with Hanzo. Too much focus on the tank, I think. Like, if you just did a quick flank and you had patience with crosshair positioning, look at how free this skill is. Look at how free this skill is. Let me go back. Imagine you were flanking here. Boom! That is the freest headshot ever in the Xana. Fight win. Instead you're focusing main on the nano Zarya. Apparently they just walk into your dragon. That dragon was way too early. I don't think it had great positioning. But you got 3. Who am I to say that it wasn't a great dragon? But yeah, the idea of the dragon was to hit them in rotation, right? But it's not really like they should have died to it. They just were really slow on the reaction, right? Deb could have lamped it. They could have just walked backwards and not get hit by it, right? They should not have died to that dragon. If that ended up forcing lamp, then that is good value. But I do think that dragon was way too early. And that the dragon would have been much better when they're in a little bit more of a committed position, where it can split the team and create chaos when your team can follow up. Because if, let's say you force lamp here, is your team gonna push? Probably not. Probably your team plays at range because you have a Sigma and they have a Ramatra, right? You tried to be cheeky with the Storm Arrow bounce. And now you're looking for a different angle, which is great. The first time that you did that, you almost got kills out of it, right? I don't think it's worth to spam storm arrows there, but it's not the biggest thing. But storm arrows would have been awesome there on the Ramatra, right? You just got Genji'd. So here, I would not be bothering with him. Yeah. You either go full on him and try to kill him before he has like his nemesis form, or you actually play smart and, for example, come here, walk climb, maybe you just do it the opposite way, run over here and walk climb. Because then the Ramatra can't do anything about you. And you're properly positioned, you're giving your Kiriko an escape route because your team is currently dead, right? And then you don't risk it. You can obviously just push the Ramatra and look for headshots and then try to kill him. But I think that what you ended up doing was neither of them, which ended up being bad.
The desired result may soon reveal itself. Join together.
Objective lost. Stop the
I am
payload.
checking in.
You can't hide.
Good. Force the Tracer out.
I'll find them.
Come to my position.
Great job of zoning there. That's again a kill that you cannot. Okay, there the Tracer made a mistake. It wasn't on you getting the kill on the Tracer there. It was like the Tracer making a mistake and giving you the chance to redeem yourself. But that kill on the Tracer, that was a perfect Sonic arrow and you absolutely just throw that chance in the trash. Right? The same thing with the Genji before, right? That's a chance that you can't really afford to miss.
Close your eyes.
With him slipping, I wouldn't be scared to Dragon him. That would make your recontest that much better. Good killing him though. I would still be using Dragon to zone. Yeah. I think that this fight could have been won if you'd used Dragon, but you didn't. See the tank slipping? Dragon his ass. Good combo. Might work, might not. No, they have Lamb. And they don't break Lamb. Good kill. I don't like how much you're using low ground right now. High ground here keeps you safe from the Ramatra while threatening the backline easier. Like here, if they shoot you a little bit, you're zoned out and you don't have LOS on the squishes anymore. Here, it's very hard to dislodge you from. Who's gonna jump up top to force you out? If they damage you a little bit, guess what? The Mercy or the Ana heal you up. Right? This is a very good position to be holding. Right? And what happens? The Ramatra pushes you. And while you are just pushing him back here, right? That's kind of what he wants. He wants to the enemy team to like burn resources on him and be pocketed, and that's where a lot of his value comes from, right? Not just in killing people and running them down with Nemesis for him. And you're letting him run at you because you're not playing high ground, right? That's not, you should not be in melee range from him in order to have an angle in the back line. Guess what? Now that you're using Ramatra ult and zoning your backline, and they have nano because you spend so many resources on shooting the ram instead of actually going for the backline, right? That's the problem with focusing the ram there. It may look like your team was doing a fine job, but you were just playing to the enemy's win condition, which is farm Ramatra ults, farm Nano, push with all those ults. The Ramatra is not going to be stopped, right? Just very, very easy for the enemy team to play safe there and just pocket the ram and have them win the fights through a win condition like that. Very, very easy. Let's go. Wait. Actually, I have to go back a little. There we go. Now you're starting on Widow. Oh, you're trying to grapple shot off the hook. This replay bug is funny. Unfortunate. I don't think that the play there necessarily was bad. I just think that you had to hit the shot there on the cast. Or just if you don't hit the shot, you just have to be quicker in your reaction to, okay, let me crouch, let me try to hide as much as possible and live. Now you come back Tracer to try to be relevant to the fight. Yeah, this was great. You had Chill Blanks available and recall and you didn't use any of those. You don't have to touch early. You could touch early, then go back, try to burn a little bit of time to give your team more time to regroup and touch. But in no way should you not use your cooldowns here, right? Either to stall or try to get a kill, or to just hide in a good position, right? I don't think that you should be recalling that early. I think that you blink once, shoot a little bit, and then you blink again, right? And then force them to turn. I don't think that you have to recall after one blink there. I think that you stay a little bit of time here by committing at least one more blink. And then when you recall one blink, you probably are gonna have two by that point, but one blink should be enough to put you in safety. Here or here, right? Okay, here the enemies can turn at you, but then let's say you use one blink, two blinks, now you are here. Can wait for another one, blink, corner. Right? I don't think that you need to just blink points and recall instantly, right? Basically. Because at that point, what's the point of doing the blink in? If you're just gonna get out and not do anything, what's the point of blinking in? It's just save your cooldowns, set up for when you actually have to contest, which is at the very end and your team is respawned, right? Because your hog got a pick on their soldier. Imagine if you were alive and were ready to touch because you were set up on somewhere like hotel, right? Then you could touch. Then your team can very well just win that. Your team had Bob, for example. Bob for touch if you were set up there in Tracer. Why are you shooting so early? You were warning them that you're there without actually doing much. Drop on them, get close range on them. They don't know you're there. That's a perfect opportunity for an assassination. Deep patience, the opportunity is there. And you just, again, throw away the opportunity because you're not executing it properly, right? Get close to them on the drop and then you shoot, then you dash, then you shoot again. Maybe melee for the finish, right? That kill on the casted on the soldier should be free, but it wasn't because you just shot all the way from the top, and you used the secondary fire from the top instead of primary, right? So not even like that was thoughtful. It just feels like you shot because of habits.
I'm checking in.
And now victory is further and further and further away from you, right? Same thing, I don't think that you should be shooting so early. They didn't know you were there. You'd probably have gotten the kill if you didn't shoot so early. You are going to get the fight win, and they do like your patience on cooldowns. But yeah. Your patience on cooldowns is not the same patience that you have for shooting, right? If you had the same patience on both of them, right, the cooldown patience on your shots, you would be doing a lot better. Give me 1 second. There we go.
Ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I like the little flank. For the turret, good. I think here you can play main and try to deflect, but I think that here is a good opportunity. In fact, not just good, this is a great opportunity for you to come hotel, hit them from the side. Your team is pushing in from the front, the enemy team is expecting your team to push on from the front. You have a pincer on the back line, you can maybe look for a one shot or just have a massive pressure for cooldowns and everything, right? You would be a really good wild card there. But instead you end up doing this, which is not the worst, but it doesn't really have that much impact, right? And now you wasted another opportunity because you didn't see it, right? This one is harder. This one is more excusable, let's say, because it was like an opportunity that you had to actually create by going on a flank rather than the opportunity in front of you and you just wasted it, right? Good.
30 seconds.
Enemy turret ahead.
Let the Kitsune guide you! You're powered up. Get in there.
I don't know why it took you so long to engage him. You have nano, you have your teammates to pocket you. If you get in his face, you probably won't be able to kill your team, so that your team can properly support you. And even then, like, I believe that you did push him with, like, your base kits before on a visor. And now, the same situation except that you have nano and you're not pushing him, right? So it's like, wait, why were you pushing him before and not now? A little bit weird. Again, you should not be payload, and this would not be happening if you weren't payload. Because you were payload, you kind of thought that you were safer than you were. You didn't pay attention like you should have, and yeah, this is gonna cost game. Okay, let me mark this. Mark this as done. I think that we talked about some good we went over some good things here, some important things. I think that like your mechanics I feel like are very solid. I do think that one of the biggest things that is going wrong is just simply like the mentality not being in the right place. So stuff like not being fast enough on the trigger, that can be on the tracer, right? Not noticing the split second opportunity that you had, and then just casually shooting and then thinking that you can shoot twice instead of just going for the kill with double headshot dash. A lot of the times reacting slowly to taking damage. Especially like you not taking the time to like set up when your team wins fights. that is something that you should have done, right? You won the fight, you shouldn't do payload, right? You should be setting up your Zen can say payload, your Ana can say payload. Someone that isn't you should be there, right? It's very rare for Genji to be payload and that to be worth it. That is most often when, like, I would say that would be more so in like a scrim environment where you need someone that can evade the enemy push to be on point, and you can't have someone slow like a Zen or Ana on points. But those would be very niche scenarios, and even then Genji is probably not the best pick to put point. I don't think that you don't deserve the rank that you are. You definitely are in the rank that you are because you deserve it, right? It's just different characteristics from other players that you would see, right? That's the same reason why I don't like giving rank specific advice, because different players have different profiles. One player is going to be great at aim, while other will be great at game sense, and they might be the same rank, and both of them have to work on different things to improve, right? A lot of your mistakes were based on opportunities, right? Be it opportunity to set up, an opportunity that you just didn't properly utilize. Be it because you tried to shoot too early, or you didn't notice the urgency of the play, or you were simply slow on the draw, right? But yeah, it's just mainly at least on this game, like working on the opportunities would have probably won you the game. It's also I mean, you could even tie that to, like, if you want to just have like one main point to work on instead of like splitting into the different topics, you could even make an argument that the Hanzo low ground play instead of high ground play, shooting the Ramatra instead of shooting the squishes, is again an opportunity that you miss. Because if you were in the high grounds, not only do you not get pressured by Ramatra, you get better sightline on the squishes, right? So if you were there, you would have been getting better shots presented to you, right? It's a similar idea to the idea of Genji flanking on the hotel, right? If you flank hotel at the time that I said, then you would have had the enemies with their backs to you, right? That would have been a perfect flank opportunity. It's a similar thing there with the hands on the high ground. You would be having the opportunities presented to you because the Ramatra would be the one that the enemy team thinks that your team is focusing. Then you would surprise them by being on high ground and then getting free shooting on the squishes, right? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. I have one more. I think I have time for one more. Let's see. R9. Here, this is unranked. Unranked isn't the best, but let's see. This is Nintendo Switch. Did I say Switch? I mean, I think I did say it relatively correctly, it just felt weird. Okay. I don't think I ever reviewed a game on the Nintendo Switch before. Alrighty. Not the button that I want. Cancel. Okay, here, let me remove this already. And let me be right back because I need to go grab some water. Be right back, chat. I'm back. Just properly set up. Need to cut my hair. There we go. That's good enough for me. Let's see. VOD preview. Don't need that. Let's go watch the VOD. But real quick, I just want to check one thing. This is something that I forgot to check. Yeah, no, this is correct. Got it.
Ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
Yeah. This feels like new. Yeah, this very much feels like a new player territory. Oh, and this is open queue. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to review open queue. I'm sorry. I have to make an update here. Because I'm sorry, but open queue is very much useless for learning. Very much useless. I'm gonna make a note here. There we go. Okay, I added a note. Let me go back. And we're going to be reviewing the other one. Yeah, I'm sorry, but open queue is very useless. Very useless. This is Circuit Royale. Yeah, this is the VOD.
Welcome to Circuit Royale. Ready for battle.
Have I seen you before?
It's possible. I've passed through Junkertown once or twice.
You're the one who kicked Rednet in the wicker basket.
He started it.
3, 2.
Alrighty.
Attackers incoming.
Let's do it faster.
So this is competitive. This is row queue. This is normal. And you are gonna be using the flank, which I like. You did screw it up though. Like your double jump was too early. I don't get what you're doing. Why are you turning back? The flank was a great idea. Even if the enemies know, most of the time you won't fail it. And then you're forcing the enemies to pay attention to you if they know of the flank's existence. And if they don't know, then that is an amazing flank, right? Okay. Anna should not have gotten the res off. You should have been able to just double headshot her. You did aim for the head on the second shot, but it was too early. here. Ow. Here. Look at this. Look at the Ana. Stay on the high ground, you don't have to drop. Stay on the high ground, 1, 2, 3, dash. Kill. Don't use secondary fire at this distance. If you want, you can drop to her face and try to secondary fire right on top of her, right? Dash, insta-kill. But you can also do that from the top, you don't have to drop. And then you won't be moving at that point. No reason for you to ever lose this kill. It's an opportunity, like we talked about in the previous VOD, that you are just losing because you just didn't notice how easy it was, right? Now you're gonna have, you played your life, which is good. You didn't end up being stubborn and keeping the attempt going. Yeah, now you can push her because you can then drop to the high ground if you want. Have deflect, your team should be here. And see how much better your aim is when you're on the ground compared to when you're moving around in the air, right? That's one thing that I really like to talk about. Aim isn't just mechanics. Aim is much more about understanding how movement affects it, both from you and your opponents, aiming techniques, fundamentals, everything, right? All of those things combined matter much more than your mechanics. And so when you actually put yourself in bad scenarios, aim is obviously going to feel hard. And if you make aiming easier for yourself, well, it's obviously going to be easier, right? And I have an aiming guide that covers that if you wanna take a look. Alrighty, you are alive. Unfortunately, he does get the nade through your deflect. He shoots it earlier. But yeah. This deflect was useless. If you're trying to deflect Fire Strike, you just wait it. And if you're trying to do it for something else, like damage, then there wasn't really damage coming your way. A cooldown like Ana, you can react to the sound cue at that distance, right? And nade the sleep. No reason for you to ever miss this hit. Look at how low the Ryan is. Dash to his back, turn around, shoot. If you can't kill him because he turns his shield to you, your team kills him. It's not about mechanics, oh I can't dash in an instant 180, right? You don't have to dash in an instant 180. You can notice the how badly positioned he is and the pincer that you can create on him. Because what ends up happening is that you let this Ryan shield both you and your Widow and your Ana, right? And who is this? This is the Lucio coming back. When if you just turn back, he either dies to you or to your team. No mechanics required, again. This Ryan should never live. Never ever ever live. And now this complicates the fight so much because they have a tank to trade with your tank. Now your Widow is dead, so now your free fight win is gone. This blade had its good and had its bad moments. Okay. So here deflect the nade. Unlucky that you got naded. This nade was probably to keep up the Ryan on the team. And you ended up getting hit by it. I don't think that this is the worst. Especially because he couldn't really get healed there. Your dash on the Mercy was early though. You should have saved it to follow her movements. So a little bit of a rush that was unnecessary. Also a little bit of a lack of cooldown tracking. But like the kill on the caster I think was just fine. I think that your first mistake was the wasted dash on the Mercy. Good, you should be able to push him. Nice. A little bit late on the kill, unfortunately, but it's good that you do and manage to get it. One quick tip for this, look at him walking in a straight line. Dash through, like dash secondary fire, then you're gonna be behind him, he's gonna keep walking in a straight line, so you can just position your camera where he's gonna walk towards. When he walks there, you shoot again, right? And it's a very common technique that you're gonna see Genjis apply when someone is walking in a straight line like that, because they're backing up and the Genji comes in from the side. Because then you can dash through to get a good animation cancel, good damage, and now they are gonna walk towards you and give you another free shot, and that's gonna let you finish, right? Very, very free kill that you can get that way. And if he like actually is more than does good movement and notices that and then he isn't in that pressure, right? Your team isn't pushing up with you, and if he doesn't walk in a straight line, he won't die. You can still back up with deflects down the stairs. Wait, hold the camera. You can still do this down the stairs. Good job. I'll do that some more. Did you waste your dash on her? Yeah. And it would have been okay, you would have had a chance to kill her if you didn't waste your... Alright, if you animation cancel the secondary fire close range to her, but you didn't. You weren't patient with your reload. You either had to commit to the duel and actually try to stick close to her, or you run away. Choose one of the two, don't stay in the middle ground, where you're half running and half staying. Because that's where more is going to screw you with you. Good cleanup. Now you should be able to cap. Unfortunate, the guest gets the kill on you, but it doesn't really matter. Your team is gonna get 3 cards. You got a great cleanup. Now try to set up. Good. I don't think that pushing this... Yeah, pushing the soldier is completely fine because you can deflect and then run back to cover. I think that with the deflect you should not have stood still. You should have walked behind cover. You could have lit that and then you dash out. Doesn't matter much because you aren't even feeding outcharge to the enemy team. You aren't staggering or anything. I also feel like a lot of the times that you're killing the Moira, it's more because she's fucking up and you're doing good. But since you have the cooldowns available to run, then it's completely fine because if she fucks up, then you get the kill, and if she doesn't, then you can run away with dash if you need to. Can force him out of the high ground. Yeah, you should have killed the soldier. You had so much time to kill him. Right after he used helix and everything, he just ignored you completely. That's when you should be turn around, be calm, and just very easily get the kill on him. Here, I don't think that they knew you were here. You could have just hid, and when he gets close, then you surprise him or you wait for him to use the high ground, think he's safe, stand still, triple headshot melee, kill. Had a lot of things to do there, and you didn't try to go for them. Also fucked up the kill on the cast and staggered. Lots and lots of mistakes here. Happens.
60 seconds remaining.
My ultimate is charged. Attack with me.
Oh, let's break it.
Nano boost at minimum.
You're holding Blade for way too long. You had Nano Blade, and you ended up nanoing, I believe, your Ryan? Yeah, ended up nanoing your Ryan. Maybe because it took so long. Also, I wouldn't be scared of blading with the beats. Blade beats is pretty good. I haven't pinned the short video that I posted on why this combo is so good.
30 seconds remaining.
I do really like that you're looking to set up here. I don't like that you're shooting the Ryan in the back and letting the enemy know about your positioning.
10 seconds remaining.
If you know that the caster is coming here, yes, you can warn your Hanzo. But I would have been quicker on the draw. I would have tried to dash in and maybe even pull out the blade to get a dash reset and then go on him. Because then I'm forcing the caster to look at me and not the Hanzo. I'm intercepting his flank on the Hanzo. Then I can stall and have my Hanzo help me kill him if needed, right? This Hanzo should not be dead, and this caster should not win against you. Yeah, you were slow on the melee, you missed your shots because you lost your patience, right? You lost your cool during the duel, so you didn't aim properly. You also didn't pull out the blade, which would have been completely fine to get even if it was a solo blade on the cast, that's still value, right? That keeps the angle that your Hanzo had, which was a good angle. No reason whatsoever for you to have held the blade for this long. Like you could have kept 3. All 3 points. And Circuit Royale last point is very, very difficult to cap. So, like, even if let's say your opponent steamroll you, if you manage to hold and stop the snowball on the last points, if you had capped it, you could have very easily won. And now the enemies don't have to cap, right?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
This is interesting. Never mind, you didn't even try to use that. Which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. Just trying to poke here. It's fine. Soldier is going high. Nice. It does kill your Widow, unfortunate, but you did contest him as you should. You did move like a bot right there. Like you moved in a straight line, the Zarya, if she tracks better, you're dead. What up, Ollie? How are you doing? Oh, unfortunate, that's an orb. You're very much underutilizing high ground here. Imagine if you're in this high ground right now. You're threatening to drop on the Zen at any point and assassinate him. You can drop behind if you want. You have an angle, very safe angle to shoot at the tank or whoever pushes up if you want, right? This is like an amazing position, and then if you feel the need, you can dash back. But you can very much just skip the off angle. And instead you play safe, and therefore you lose a lot of value because Genji is not built to be played like this, right? Like if you were Soldier like this, you would be doing a lot more. If you were Hanzo, if you were Ashe, right? So many heroes would do better in that situation. You almost got the Soldier. That was pretty close. I just think that you should have played a little bit closer to him at that point, right? Because that's where you are the most effective.
For the Crusaders!
Let the Kitsune guide you.
I don't see why you wouldn't dash in. Ryan shattered everyone. You have some distance to close to be able to be effective. Dash in, close the gap, get here. It might not be the best damage in the world, but you're still gonna be able to contribute, right? Maybe you land close to the cards and then there's people shattered here, and you shoot and shoot again and they're dead, right? This felt like laziness to me. Like, oh, I don't really feel like trying too hard. I'm not gonna notice the urgency of this play, right? There's shatters, you're not in a position. Put yourself in a position to follow up. Go there, shoot him, get the kills while you can get the kills, right? Right, like Soldier should also been dead. I do like this, but you did kind of let them know. What is this? This is awful. You're picking when the Zarya is coming back. Why are you picking so early? Your team is dead. The Zarya could have spotted you, could have let the team know. Now you have a Nana AFK points. What do? You line up triple headshot, dash, that's an insta-kill. Boom. You should know they have trance. It's been already over 2 minutes, they haven't ulted. And you shoot a single shuriken, you dash in, don't even hit the dash on the Ana, then you don't even cancel the animation of the swing with a dash, you just instantly dash. So even if they didn't trance, you should have gotten 0 value with this, because they have bubbles to peel, they have nades to keep themselves up, Zen can kick you around, Zen can discord you, so they have to deal less damage to you to kill you, right? Never should they have needed to use Transcendence with such a bad engagement from you. You lost an insta-kill on the Ana, you played your blade basically as worst as possible, right? This is what I mean with like, this feels lazy. This doesn't feel like you're really trying very hard. And obviously I can't just be like, oh, yeah, you didn't try. I can't accuse you of being like, oh, you didn't try. But that's the impression that I get from this, is that you aren't trying very hard, where it's like, oh yeah, the enemy team got shattered. No, my team got this. I don't have to dash in and help my team follow this up. No, yes you do. Oh, Dana is there AFK? Yes, line up a triple headshot and one-shot her, right? Now here you overextend. And now this is basically like an out of control snowball. Good thing that you don't walk in. Wait for the team. Your Ryan is wasting shield early. You look for a little bit of a better angle, which is good. And yeah. This again. This is a mechanical error, but this also feels like lazy to me. This feels like a lazy mechanical error. This doesn't feel like you tried. Okay, you see the Zen. I guess that you were confused because you thought that you would go through him, but you didn't. So here you just misread the distance on the dash. Now you're gonna swap the Tracer.
It's time to save the world.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Pressure the Ana, good. Unfortunately you get slapped because you did, I believe that you did bait the nade, you just didn't bait the sleep, right? Yeah, you baited the nade, you just didn't bait the sleep. And then she just uses it and slips you. You do get to live. I don't think that you have to go back to this position. Recall, blink to the room. If they push you, blink back. But make them fight for this. Make them aware of your presence. He just triple blinked into a position where, one, they are already shooting, and they get close to killing you here. But also you're pretty useless here. And you did end up dying. There's no reason for you to die by using triple blinks when a single blink would have put you to temporary safety. If they push 1 or 2 more blinks here, put you in complete safety. This is a good angle where you can touch points. It's hard for them to look at you. You can pressure them from the side, right? And yeah, this is gonna be a fight for the enemy team. And the game. Yeah. A lot of this game comes down to it feeling like you're not trying your hardest. You're not seeing the urgency of some things. You're not seeing the opportunities that you should. Because a lot of the times you are looking for cool setups and everything. But in other times it just feels like you're why would I bother? My team can do this, right? My rank shattered everyone. Why would I need to follow up when my rank can follow up, right? That is the feel that I get for this a good portion of this VOD. You did also get stumped there on the enemy offense, which isn't the best for learning, but I do think that if at any point, like you for example made the kill on the Ana right on second point, that could have been the turning point for your team to stop the snowball, right? If you didn't stagger on third point, maybe you could have held closer. Maybe if you didn't die on Tracer, the situation would have been so dire, right? Maybe if you had set up yourself better on first points by using the high one and looking to assassinate the Zen or the Ana, the situation would have been better, because then you get the attention of the backline while your Ryan gets attention of the front line, right? And then there isn't as much pressure on him, and then he lives instead of dying, right? Lots of different things could have happened. Even though this felt like a snowball, I feel like a little bit more would have gone a long way into making that match a lot closer. Alrighty, so that all the VOD reviews that I have. I'm not gonna review the opening queue game, I'm sorry, but that doesn't feel very useful. Alrighty, I mean, I kind of read what was in Discord, but I will give it a proper read later. Can close Discord now because I don't need it anymore. Let me swap this over to top 500. Let's center this. Oh yeah, I need to remove the gold. Yeah, this was centered. Open queue is a different game, yeah. Very, very different game. I really don't feel like it's useful for learning, because it's just so wild being able to have more than one tank, for example. Like in open queue, there is basically never a reason for it to play DPS, for example, because DPS and, or rather, tank and support is just so much better than DPS. DPS is so much worse than the other roles. That's why goats was a thing back in Overwatch 1. It was because DPS is such a shit role compared to the others, right? Tanks just do what DPS do but better. Supports just do what DPS do, but they can also heal and they also have better utility, right? There's no comparison there. Patch should be in like 25 minutes. I didn't think that I would be doing so many VODs so quickly, but apparently I did. What do we play? I'm kind of hungry. We've been live for 1 hour and a half. Stop recording. Let me rename this real quick. Stream 111. Yeah. Just gonna leave this as like top 500 and just queue quick play. Until we wait for the new patch. And then when the new patch hits, we'll see. I think that what I will do is review the patch notes and then get off, because I'm hungry and I'm probably gonna go eat after I end stream. But we'll see. Probably gonna stay alive at least until I can see the patch notes, right? See the patch notes and review them. Genji skin, I'm not gonna get the One Punch Man collaboration skin, because I don't really care about that. I don't think that it looks great, although I haven't seen it in game. And I'm not gonna spend my money on it. What I am gonna get is the Overwatch 2 versions of the Overwatch League colors that I like Toronto Defiant Genji, as you can see that I'm playing. I'm gonna get that, because it should be today, right?
Whoever holds your peace.
It just disappeared. It should be today when the patch hits that we get in Overwatch 2 hero designs, but with the Overwatch League color schemes. Where's Zana? It's swear that she was around here.
No, negative.
I could swear that she was here, and then she immediately goes no. Great timing, Anna. Nice aim. I'm definitely hitting all my shots. There we go. There, for example, was being lazy with. I noticed that I was being lazy with my aim. Then I just quickly went up in efforts and got the kill there. Would he turn to the fight, Genji? Yeah, basically. And a lot of the time it's like, it's not like, oh hey, I'm just gonna try to put some efforts and then that's gonna work. For example, I ended up over flicking a lot of the times when I tried to aim there at the Ashe and everything. But I was at least trying to focus on my aim, right? Like there everything worked, right? I focused, then I hit my shots. But on the Ashe before, the Widow and everything, the shots that I missed, like I was focusing, but I was like overdoing it. I was like, okay, I need to, because I'm not focusing, I'm aiming very lazily, right? I'm just gonna flick everything and that's our efforts. No, flicking doesn't mean that you're putting in efforts. You can be flicking and have that be awful, right? Yeah, Dynasty? Yeah. I also want to see the recallers because there are gonna be new teams. I think that they're gonna be now. Here, a lot of the shots that I'm missing is because I'm trying to make myself hard to hit, not just hit him, right? So I'm flicking to the wall, I'm doing all this crazy type of motion to follow him. So yeah. You overthink your shots a lot? That happens. Aim is hard, especially in Overwatch. A lot of people like to say that Overwatch is easier than other FPS. No, Overwatch is probably the hardest game as far as aim goes because of just how insane it can be. Right? You have characters that are extremely fast, like they are a literal wrecking ball, and then you have others that are very slow. There are so many different styles of aiming. Yeah, don't you think you're running away from me? Calm lane with Genji, both of them are useful, right? Stop. Okay. I'm just gonna go here to the Mega. Here, because the Hanzo hit a shot, and because I wasn't with my aim properly on him, I felt the need to flick. And here I just got rolled before I chose to engage. He just shot me without considering cooldowns, like me deflecting, right? And that just worked for him because I wasn't expecting that. Here, for example, it was pretty simple. I can calmly wait for him to actually properly walk line. See, does Hanzo walk line here? Like, see? That was some very calm aim on him. And that basically made me not miss shots. Right? I was in a situation where I didn't have to be doing crazy stuff. That was an example of using calm aim. And it really depends on the situation. Does the situation force you to flick? Does the situation force you to track? Because Genji can be a tracking hero. Doesn't have to be like a purely flick like a lot of people think that he is. Depending on the situation, you're gonna have to be aiming faster or slower, right? Against a Widow that is hard scoped in, are you gonna be doing this? No! You can just pew pew pew. Triple headshot, for example, right? this notion of like fast and slow
Still have much to learn.
that Overwatch players have is very wrong, right? Just because Genji in general is a fast hero doesn't mean that it doesn't have this slow plays. A good example that I like to give is one that I saw in a Spilo video, which is like,
Proceed with haste.
think about Ryan versus Sigma. If the Ryan is long range against the Sigma, the Ryan wants to play fast and the Sigma wants to play slow because Sigma is at an advantage there. If
Attackers incoming.
Ryan is close range, however, the Sigma needs to play fast, maybe hit a rock and burst him down, while the Ryan can play slow because it has an advantage close range, right?
Be wary.
This is a quick play, so I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun. Not gonna care too much about my risk reward. I'm gonna do the risky play and just cross. And my Zarya just bad. I can actually exist here. What are they gonna do about me? Force me out? There we go, they forced me out. And I hold another good position. Oh, the Widow's main. I thought that she grappled top. And I don't actually need to do anything crazy here. I'm just gonna hold this position. There you go. Now you're gonna try to roll over the roof.
Thank you. They can't hurt you.
Thank you for the bubble. Now I can't deflect stuff.
Enemy contact.
I think everyone is in front of me. Why do they know that I'm here? I don't think that they should know that I'm there, but I guess they do now. Boring. I hear Widow close. Oh, that's where Widow was. I hate Sigma's range so much. Especially because it didn't direct me. It was the range of his weapons plus it just exploding a bunch. And thank you for leaving the lobby, Zarya, because you were playing like a fucking bot. Holy. Zarya was just walking down mid and dying repeatedly. I'm dead, cool. I was low there. I needed to insta-dash back.
Each journey has its trials. Hello.
Widow is 1-4. I need to be under Widow more. Now maybe I forced the Sigma after I went on the back line, right?
Suppress this target.
Oh, I ended up fucking it up, but that is exactly the play that I talked about, right? Lead some shots early, then dash, and then you position your aim where they're gonna back up to, and secondary fire melee. That is definitely an interesting ult. I definitely am in like a silver lobby as far as quick play goes. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead because we don't use Immortality Field or Diva doesn't DM anything. Or nothing.
My duty calls.
Cannot touch. My team holding close. I think they might have some me there. And the Widow is playing very far back.
Be wary.
The Widow saw me last second. Melee her! Melee her!
Your hand enemies follows you.
That's how he should play him? It depends. In some comps, I will frontline more, in some I will flank more. It really depends on the match.
What you're made of.
Like in this match, if I neutralize the enemy Widow, we play a lot better, I think. Frontlining against this comp will probably just get me discorded and instantly forced out with magnetic grenade and such. So I have to play a little bit more crafty. I don't remember if they have walls or not. Okay. They just popped walls. Oh, of course. Of course. He outkilled me there. He definitely hit those shots. Let's see. Yeah, he hit those shots. Yeah, I think that he actually did hit those shots. He just got extremely lucky with the bounce. Very dope mechanic. I love dying behind corners. Anything that goes behind corners and stuff like that, I feel like is just so stupid. Because it doesn't have to commit to force you out of there. And if he gets lucky, then boom, that's a kill. Or that's damage that you should not be able to do. Cover should mean cover. Did Soldier go back? I think Soldier went back. Almost lapped, wow. Then I pushed up and had an angle on me there. I thought that maybe I would get both DPS. I believe that you're holding Transcendence for me still. Marine is turbo anything? Dope. I tried. I tried to make a very stylish play too. If I wanted to be more effective, I would have just done a finishing shot instead of doing a blade pull into a dash to try to do a ghost dash flick. But that isn't fun. I did force Moon, I didn't force Transcendence because I just killed Zen. Oh, wow, really? You're actually trying to slip me there? Why does my Kiriko Suzuki that late? To me that feels like such an awful slip attempt that I didn't see it coming. And I guess that shit hits the slip. I don't think that's my issue, I think that the Ana just made a play that is very unlikely to happen. And it did happen. Cassidy might go here. And yeah, of course. What did I do wrong here? Of course. Because of latency, he just gets a free shot on me there and I barely get any damage on him. I have a blade guide, if you want to learn about blade. Yeah, these are very cool heroes. Yeah, one thing that I will say, if Cassidy does not get a nerf on this mid-season balance patch, then I'm going to be very disappointed by the devs. Because Magnetic Grenade, plus his gun, plus the damage reduction on his roll, plus the damage reduction on his ult and everything, it just feels like it's stupid how much he has. It's stupid just how cheesy he feels. I don't feel like I need to have any skill to play Cassidy. I feel like I would just cheese people by existing on Cass. Yeah, I definitely outskilled him, by the way. Definitely outskilled that Genji to get that kill. Oh damn, I outplayed that Genji, didn't I? Definitely did not live because of Row having damage reduction and magnetic grenade being stupid. Wow, I outskilled him. Great character design right here. No, he should not have the ability, period. I think that if you remove magnetic grenade from Cassidy's kit, he's still really strong. His gun is already so good. Like, I feel like if you gave Peacekeeper, right, his gun, as an ultimate, like, okay, like, if you press Q, this character gains Peacekeeper for 15 seconds as their weapon. And you give that ult to other heroes, most heroes would get a better ult than the current ones they have. That's how good Peacekeeper is of a gun. And how bad most ultimates in this game are. Right? Peacekeeper is just too strong of a gun. I think that him having 225 HP is stupid. I think that him having damage reduction on the row is stupid. It does. Not only is it stupid because it doesn't feel skillful to use and it just arbitrarily increases his stats. If you just want to increase his stats, don't give him an ability that feels awful to play against. Because you think that you killed him and no, oh, he randomly rolled for movement and now he got damage reduction and now your insta-kill with like a Widowmaker headshot, for example, doesn't kill him. It feels awful to go against. It doesn't feel like it is purposeful for him to be reducing damage. So it's like, okay, I killed him. Wait, no, I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him because of this stupid mechanic that doesn't really feel like belongs in this game and it doesn't feel like he outkilled me and everything, right? It's 50% damage reduction. He survives a pulse bomb. And then if you add ping to that, then I'm playing against a Cassidy. I shoot him. I know he's 1 HP, so I see the shot connect, I'm like, okay, I killed him. I know by feel because I know that my shot landed, right? And then he rolls, and then he's not dead. Then I have to look and see, why is he not dead, right? And then I have to remember, oh, the roll has damage reduction. And then I have to see if I can go back and kill him. And most of the time the answer is no, I can't, because I have to respect his nade, right? Because I have to respect his nade, my time of engagement on him is small. I have to make very precise engagements to kill him.
Eyes sharp this time. Head in the clouds, but you're brave down here.
Cassidy just feels very, very stupid to me. Does not feel like I ever get outplayed by Cassidy. Ever, ever, ever. It's either, oh, he is on a very long range and he does way too much damage at range. Or he presses E and kills you. Right? Or something else, like what I talked about before, like why does Rowan need damage reduction? If I hit headshots there, the diva dies too.
Not exactly what I expected.
Like, I feel like Cassidy should have a niche of being like a close range flanker, maybe. I feel like that suits him. Or just like a close range hit scan. But he can flank close range. He can just frontline close range and mid range now with his buffs. He just does too much damage at range and he's too good at zoning close. Like, what is the weakness that he has? His weakness is very long range, right? That's it. Other than that, you simply pick him and you zone half the characters of the remove half the characters on the roster. Right? Isn't this stupid? I played this as badly as I could and I still killed him.
That's what the doctor ordered.
Come here.
I feel like a new man. Sharp this time.
Like, it used to be that, yes, row can mess you up, but it's just a row, it's just mobility. Now, if I want to engage him, I have to cooldown track not just his magnetic grenade, I also have to cooldown track his row. Not only that, I have to manage to get close to him, and with his insane range and insane gun, even at close range he's strong, right? Like, what do I do? Just stupid. It just feels like he default wins unless I'm way better than him. Or he plays like a potato.
Dead on.
Point locked.
All of reduction. Yeah. I feel like his range before the buff was already stupid. Now it's even worse.
Traveling to Nepal.
I don't know. I'm just a big Cassidy hater. I don't think that Cassidy ever really took skill. And granted, yes, every character does take skill up to a certain extent. But if you're thinking about the level that I play at for years at this point, Cassidy basically doesn't take skill. Same thing as Brig. For GM players, Brig basically doesn't take skill. And for the value he gets, it's just stupid. You exist and then you get value. And having someone that just exists and gets more value than characters that are harder just makes it be like, okay, why would I learn to play something hard when I can literally not learn something easy and have more value than if I learn the hard thing? It breaks the skill curve of the game and it makes learning pointless. It makes it feel like you wasted time learning something that is hard to play like Genji, right? Like, so stupid. Oh, let me just throw my little nade. Oh, that is a great example. Why is that Cassidy alive? Did he mean to damage reduce with the roll? No, he was trying to reposition. And because of that, he survived my finishing shot right before he was out of my range, right? That's the kind of stuff that is so stupid. Because if it had 250 HP, then I would be like, fair, right? Balance-wise, it would be stupid, but I would be like, fair. Him accidentally surviving my incorrect engagement on him and finishing shots because of pure luck feels awful. Like, that's one thing that devs like never ever learn their lesson on. Like, the feel of the game matters a lot. And Overwatch has oftentimes felt like a shit game.
You're powered up. Get in there. Hello. Leave it to me. Last round.
Score 1-0.
Patch should already be out, right? I don't want to quit out. Do I want to quit out of this game for the new patch?
I still have
I don't
much
know.
to learn.
Let's just wait. Let's just play this game.
No nonsense. We do this clean. Copy?
Whenever I see a Genji player pop off, it feels like that Genji player earned, right? He earned those kills, he earned that pop off, he earned that reward for being good at the character, right? When you play a character like Cassidy, it doesn't feel like you earned the kills. I pressed E on someone, so I took 2/3 of their HP. Not a character that you have to work towards skills, or that feels like you have to work towards. Doomfist, when he was on DPS, whenever you didn't get a kill, it felt bad because it's so easy to get a kill with Doomfist by just holding punch and then just one-shotting punch. Back in Overwatch 1, right, when he was DPS. That it was similar to the current cast, where it's like, oh, you press a button and you kill someone, right? Why am I not killing people? And any kill that you get that easily doesn't feel good. Of course, I'm dashing away, but I get hit by random charge.
Hello.
I'm at the objective. Rally up.
I see one.
Like their comp right here, Bap, Brig, Cass, those are not heroes that feel like require a lot of skill. And they just exist, and because they exist they have a million HP, right? They just exist and have a million HP, and then they have very good tools at their disposal, right? Like good crowd control, good sustain, good damage, good everything, right? It just doesn't feel like it's earned, right? Oh, I just picked the characters that have 600 effective HP. Haha!
Ultimate charge. Let's move. It's Gumshoe time.
Like, this Brick player is garbage. But because they're playing Brick, they're doing more than what they were doing before. Right? It's frustrating. They are not earning the value. Oh yes, that Cassidy definitely outplayed me, right? He hit a lot of hard shots, right? Like pressing E in my vague direction. There you go. Bye bye. Oftentimes I really feel like I just want to stop playing Overwatch until they fix balance, but then I remember that if I do that I am just going to end up quitting Overwatch forever because they're never gonna do it, right? They're never gonna manage to actually make a good state of the game because the dev, balance team and everything are just awful at their jobs. And I don't think I'm being unfair to them, they're just awful. Like, they try to communicate and then they suddenly cease communication and then they say that matchmaking is better and then the matchmaking isn't, and then they say that they're gonna nerf Sojourn and then Sojourn is still really good, right? Like Sojourn is being played in scrims. Sojourn, after all those nerfs, is still really good. If not one of the best DPSs in the game, right? Or the best DPS, right? Like why? Have they not learned from Brig? Apparently not. I really feel like Blizzard does not earn the love that people have for Overwatch. It's just like they randomly created one of the best games ever, and then the fact that they have such a great AP in their hands carries them, right? Not because they actually do a good job of having a great game and maintaining that great game. It's just because they have a great AP and the great AP carries their awful decisions. Alright, One Punch Man challenges. I really don't care about any of this. Really don't care. Shop, what do we have? That's a lot of coins. That's a lot of coins. I don't care about this. I really don't. Alright, let's see. Genji. Wow, I can pay for this. I guess this isn't the worst, but it's like, why? Why would I spend money for something that barely appears in the game? I don't really like this blade. Not the worst, but eh. I personally don't really like this skin. What I want to see is this. What happened? What happened with featured? Did they just forget to remove featured? Or what? I don't know. We have new things here though. Ooh, Vega's Eternal actually looks pretty good, huh? This actually looks really good. And now we have all heroes in the shop. We have Ramatra skins here now, which is cool. I might actually grab one of those. I thought that this Genji would look cooler with this color palette. It's not the worst, but yeah, this is sick. I like this. Any new colors? There's one team gone. What team is gone? I don't remember. Soul Inferno. This used to be Philadelphia Fusion, I believe. How do you look? You don't look the worst, you don't look the best. These are interesting shurikens. Let's actually go over all of them. Alright, Washington Justice, now new design. Don't like it. Let's just stay in this tab. Will it save the tab or will it reset? I don't really like this. Yeah, no, it won't. Actually, let me save that for last because I think that's gonna be the best one. I don't quite like his visor. Why is his visor like half red, or rather, this is more like orange, right? And then half dark green. I don't quite like it. This... Don't really like this color palette. Chengdu, also not really been a fan of this. This is cool. These are cool shurikens. I think I'm personally gonna like the charge more than the fuel though. I have like this color palette a little bit more. Both are good though, but I like charge more. Mayhem, this is a skin that usually looks good and now I feel like it looks worse. Mainly because of the visor. And also I think there's too much pink. If there was a little bit more black, I think it would look good. This looks very good. This one I really like. Mainly black with a little bit of of the touches of green. This doesn't feel like a mess like a lot of the other color palettes feel. This is a very clean skin. Houston Outlaws wasn't the best look. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best look. Like, there were very clear winners on the Overwatch 1 designs, but as far as Overwatch 2 so far, they look a lot better. Oh, this is ugly. This is so ugly. Holy, I hate this skin. Why is this so ugly? Oh, what is this? Let me quickly look. Where is Gladiators? Oh, it's Los Angeles Gladiators. Yeah, see, there is a little bit of black, there is a little bit of silver as well as the purple, right? I think that this looks a lot better, even though it's on the Overwatch 1 design, which I don't think is bad. It looks a lot better than... What is this? What is this? Where are the other colors? Why is this white too? Like... I need... this is not a good refresher. Wait, I'm gonna read the patch notes in a bit. A lot of these skins are bad. This looks very good. I like this. This is similar to Houston. Mainly black with a little bit of the blue of the team. I was expecting to have a little bit of red too. Like it was in Overwatch 1. Especially like here, right? Maybe it could have here where it's like not just full blue on these orbs, which is not like one part, right? But I like this. I like this. I feel like, for example, this and fuel are not bad, but alright, this is not fuel. This is fuel. But I personally like it with more black. I like the black for Genji, the black, the white, a lot for him. I think those are great colors to have, like being the main color and then being assisted by others. I haven't looked at Defiant yet. I'm saving it. They need to redo all of these skins. You think they're gonna do it? This, so far, the visor isn't the best. I hate that a lot of these visors seem to be bad looking because of the double color, and it's not like a double color that mixes well. But this looks like so far the best when it doesn't like when it has like a mixture. It's like I forgot the name, gray, a little bit of black, and then the orange. I do guess that it's not like a weird mix like a lot of these are like this, right? This feels weird, but the one for Shock feels good to me. I like it. Let's see, this one, yeah, this is one that I was gonna say, it has to look good. It's very, very hard for you to fuck this skin up. That looks good. Although the visor is screwed up. This visor is actually better. And I actually think that they made this choice on purpose, which is awful, but yeah. This is actually a pretty clean skin. I really like this one. Really like this one. I don't quite like the shurikens. I think it would be way cooler if it was black plus the red on the side. But yeah. What teams are left? Shanghai? Yeah, I was not expecting much. This is better than before because there's more black and less McDonald's. But this isn't the worst. And the last one, Toronto Defiant. Why? How? How is the fan art for this skin better than the one that they put in game? Why? This doesn't look good. Like if the legs were red, not red. If the legs were black instead of red, this would look pretty decent. And I also feel like the red isn't as vibrant. Like look at this. This feels really good. Right? I feel like the red has died a little bit in these skins. and I really don't like how they did it. Like, why? I want the vibrant color. I want the red that feels more alive with the black as the pants. So is this the best Genji looking one? No, I don't really like this visor. This isn't bad though. I don't hate this. How many skins do I have? I believe I will have 59. Yeah. Okay. Here, the one that I want the most. I think that Houston, Shock, and Excelsior. I might be forgetting one, but I think these three are the ones that might look the best for me. What was this one looking like again? This is actually pretty decent too. I like this one. I don't like the shurikens as much. Let me quickly do this. Let me equip Golden. Let's go back. Shop, Overwatch League. How does this look? And I mean, it's not the worst, but I don't like the visor that much. The Golden doesn't look as good. Wait, where is Anna? Oh, there's weapon charms. I missed this, I guess. There are weapon charms for the teams. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I like this a lot. Well, now you can buy one weapon charm and equip it on every hero to show support for a team. I think that's really cool. But where is Anna? Are they out of order? A little bit. Anna is here. Why are these up top? What happened? Fan art of Defiant skin for Overwatch 2? I don't have the link. I don't remember where you could find the link. If you search it up, you're probably gonna easily find it though. Okay, let me see. Did I miss something? Fuel just abandoned his entire fan base. What did Fuel do? I heard that they were moving, but did they abandon like the entire roster, or do they still have some players from before? Yeah, Fuel went to APAC, which is what I heard. I don't quite like some of these with the golden gun. I believe I looked at Shock. Oh yeah, this is an abomination. This golden gun looks sick. This golden gun looks absolutely fantastic to me. What about this one? This one looks worse. Unfortunately, because I really like that shuriken. It reminds me of this. Where is it? Cyber Demon. Reminds me of this. That I think looks really good. They kept the roster? Wait, you can't watch the matches? What? Yeah, the skin looks horrible. And it feels like it isn't a consistent team across different teams. Like, if I scroll here, you're gonna see that the recolors are always in the same place, usually, right? It's consistent throughout the skins. But for the Overwatch 2, it feels like every team color did a little bit different. Instead of being like, okay, this area has like the color number 1 of the team, and that has the number 2, and etc., right? What about this? I don't know if I will use Golden with this. But that is a good skin. I want to buy one right now. I want to choose. This isn't the worst. This actually looks cool for shurikens. If I do get more tokens this season, I'm gonna be buying more of these. I just also want to save some tokens in case like a really cool exclusive skin launches, which there are like 300 tokens. So I don't want to buy too many here. I want to buy like just one and roll with that. Not this one for sure. Not this one. Ooh, I really like these shurikens. These shurikens look really cool, and this golden gun or golden blade looks pretty cool too. Did we see Florida? Yeah, I believe we did. Yeah, not really a fan. Wait, what did I press? I pressed the wrong button. Let me do this. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like this skin would be better. It would look really sick if it had more black. I don't know, I just really like black and white with Genji. I think this looks even cooler than the Dallas Fuel skin, as far as color goes. I really like this color. Really like this color. I don't know, these shurikens kind of make me want to buy this one. I'm probably not buying this one. Yeah, this one doesn't really. Wait, didn't I say before that looked cool? Maybe I overreacted that one. I don't think it looks bad, but maybe overreact. This is basically the same color as the default, which is not bad, but eh. Oh yeah, this was the one that I thought that was really sick, because this reminds me of the I forgot the name. Gradients. The gradients for the mythic skin. Not bad blue, but I don't want that skin. This one looks pretty cool. I don't quite like the blue though, although this isn't the worst. Fan now. Shock, let's quickly go through them all. This doesn't look that bad, but I'm not a huge fan. I don't know, it's hard. I don't want to spend too many tokens and get many of these skins. I don't really like how this looks in the end, although I really like the look of the skin itself. I feel like one of the things that's disappointing in this skin is like the stop parts of the visor. This looks kinda cool, I guess. This feels like the red that should have been in the Toronto Defiant skin. I feel bad looking at the Defiant skin, because it used to be so good. Stan Faith? I don't think I know who Faith is. Is Faith new in the Overwatch League? Oh wow, it's actually blue? I thought this would be green. Okay, I'm not really that big of a fan here. This, I don't really like the visor. This color is actually pretty cool, I think. And I'm not expecting much out of this. Actually, these shurikens are really sick. These shurikens feel like the shurikens that should have been the Toronto Defiant shurikens. Don't they? These shurikens really look like the Toronto Defiant shurikens that should have happened. Sweetest overtly player. Jenna's weapon skin? We can take a quick look again now that I have the golden guns. I don't know, I'm not a fan of this. I'm really not a fan. It's cool, I guess, especially if you're like a One Punch Man viewer, reader, whatever, right? But I'm personally not a fan. And I don't understand that they don't want to go overboard because they want you to still recognize, no, this is Genji. This is Genji with a Crossman cosplay, right? But I don't personally like this. This is really sick, right? It's still Doom, but it's Saitama, right? It's very obvious. I kind of want to get this one. I kind of really want to get this skin. This just feels really sick to me. This is kind of the skin that I want to get. This one is also good, although the colors here aren't as good, in my opinion. There's still like a color I dig, just not as much as the other color for the shuriken. I know. I'll take print screens after, and then I will compare and choose. I also wonder what is here because this seems like bugged, and it doesn't seem like I can click anything here. Okay, patch notes. Street Runner and Cyber Demon? Yes, Street Runner is sick. I don't think that Street Runner has any business being better than the Overwatch League skins, but apparently they really screwed up with that. And I guess that with the current way that Blizzard is handling Overwatch 2, I should have expected them to somehow be able to make such a sick design, with such sick colors that a lot of the teams have, somehow be disappointing, which is what they did. I guess I should have expected that. Unfortunately. Alright, the collaboration, cool. What team is gone? That is what I didn't stop to look. What team is gone from the Overwatch League? Because now it was showing 19 teams. None are gone? There were 20 teams. There are 19 here. There's a team gone. Spitfire rebranded? Is Spitfire there? Or is Spitfire gone? Yeah, Spitfire is gone. Did Spitfire rebrand? I know Fusion rebranded to Soul Inferno. This I think it was Paris Eternal, right? Spitfire is missing. So Spitfire isn't there? It's simply like a bug? If there is still a team, then this is just a bug. Weird. Weird. Yes, that's more reason for us to not buy the skin. I don't think that it's going to be like, oh, the Spitfire skin for Genji is sick. I don't think that the color palette is great, but maybe, who knows? Maybe they fuck up some of the best skins and somehow make the bad color palettes look sick. I don't know. Team bundles. Trios of hero skins will land in the Overwatch League shop throughout the season, available for all teams. Team branded weapon charms, okay. We missed a change in our Season 3 patch after about some adjustments made to the distance in which you can hear enemy footsteps. We have continued to refine this change and have found a nice middle ground between where it was in Season 2 and where it was prior to today's patch. I really think that they fucked up with the current sounds. You can hear people crouching from so far away, and if they're finding a middle ground, before you couldn't sneak. On Genji, if you crouch walked, you couldn't properly sneak against people that were using headphones instead of speakers, right? That's how loud Genji was. If they're finding a middle ground, Genji's gonna be even worse. And apparently it's not a bug and it's intended. I don't know. We'll see how this goes, but I feel like Blizzard just continuously fucking up. I think Blizzard is continuously fucking up. Win 15 games in any and ranked mode. Why? Why would you swap a good challenge that goes over both casuals and competitive players and then turn it into only casual? Why? Are you like a new challenge competitive advantage? Still 11. Moved coin line and a new challenge. Pro deathmatch or any. 10 games, flag, schedule dedication, competitive, change of pace. So there are 12 challenges, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there are 12 challenges now and only 11. So I guess that it's better that they split it. And it's like, okay, now you can do both and instead of just getting one from this, you can get two. This is better. I don't like how they kept the arcade, but one, you can do it by not playing arcade and just playing both comp and quick play. But also, I believe that you can play deathmatch here. Yeah, I think that this is gonna count towards the challenge. So I think that those are overall good changes that they did to the challenges. I think that they're overall good. Oh yeah, I also need to see if I wanna get a Ramatra skin from the Overwatch League. Need to be smart about that. Where is Ramatra? Ramatra. Where is Ramatra? Where is Ramatra? Here we go. I'm blind. I also want to see if I want to get one of these skins for him. So I'm gonna have to be smart on my tokens, but yeah, we'll see. Not like I actually play him that much, and I think that the current skin I have for him is good. Yeah, I also have this skin. Yeah, maybe I don't even need that skin, but whatever. Let's go back to the patch notes. Will be shown with a visual representation of remaining progress needed. That's cool. Although I wonder how this will be. Will this be like, okay, you're in a very intense match of competitive, and then it shows the time of the team and how many points they are, how many points they kept, and then it's like, oh hey, here's these challenges for Overwatch coins in the corner. Wow, you got 7k healing this match. Look at this, you progressed blah 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 percentage. If so, that would be very weird and goofy. We'll see. That would feel weird. Snapshot of each player's final stats in match. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. But I wonder if they are gonna fix the bug where if you are here in the career profile and you go over to history and you go over to game reports and you press it and you have it saved, it doesn't show stats. What I understand from this is that during the game, if you live, you're still gonna be able to press tab and see the stats of the person. Because sometimes it's like, okay, I performed badly, but my team won. I'm gonna insta-leave so my team doesn't notice it or doesn't flame me. And then it's gonna still stay, so the other teammates can see your stats if they didn't see it before. But I don't think that is a mention about the bug on the game reports tab. Matchmaking, where's the? Increase competitive match quality. Already, what is the number of times that they have said they have improved matchmaking? 4 times at this point? I don't know, I'm not keeping track. All I know is that so far, every single time that they have said that matchmaking was better, it got worse. So let's see, is matchmaking still awful? I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. Competitive updates. Competitive mystery heroes. Why? Why would you add competitive mystery heroes? Competitive RNG, gamble at your own discretion. That's basically what that is. Oh god, this feels so dumb to me. Like, and to think that they probably spent a lot of effort into actually implementing this. This feels dumb, and this is probably going to give you top 500. I mean, I guess not. This is probably gonna give you a specific, right? Top 500 Mr. Heroes, right? Instead of being like, oh, top 500 challenger, like, because we have had that before, like with CTF, right? Top 500 flag barrier. I think that's how it's gonna work. Please access the tier ledger. Animated update of their current position on the leaderboard after each match. That is cool. I like this. I like this a lot. Because before it was like you would have to check on your own, and then when you got a record update after 5 wins, then it would be like top 500. It wouldn't show the rank, but having it show every match is cool. That's basically back to the old system for the more competitive part of the player base, which is cool. Real quick, let me look this before. Yeah, this is what I thought it would be. Tier legends, and then leaderboard, and you can press it easier to see. Or am I on combined right now? I think I'm on the second page, rank 18 right now. Competitive progress is now moved here. They could make it worse. Oh, don't worry. It's like, okay, I'm top 500, right, on every single role, not just one role, right? I'm good in every single role, and then I'm playing with plats and golds on my team, and then they say they improve, and then suddenly I'm playing with a silver, right? That's the kind of awful that matchmaking has been. I'm obviously exaggerating. I don't remember playing with a silver, but I have seen top 500s post screenshots of them playing with silvers and or even bronzes with the current matchmaking that the devs said that they have improved on, which is a joke. A joke. Their search can now be interrupted by hack. I don't like Sombra buffs. Sombra is one of those characters that feels awful when she's on the match. Doesn't feel like she's fun for anyone, not even the player. I don't even think that Sombra players enjoy playing Sombra. So honestly, fuck Sombra. I'm a Sombra hater. I'm also a Cassidy hater. I'm a hater of a lot of characters that feel dumb to me. So I personally really dislike this. This is my personal opinion. Although I do understand that it is cool to have like, oh, Orisa has, alright, did they remove? I don't remember. Oh yeah, never mind. This was like a suggestion, I believe, for them to like remove Fortify on Fortify. But because she has out of Fortify during the ults, then having a singular hero be able to hack, to interrupt it, although it's not the greatest ult ever, people are getting better at it. And I feel like this is kind of like, oh hey, they're playing Orisa, now instead of just counter picking with tank, now we're gonna counter pick with tank and DPS, and they're gonna go Sombra, right? This might make the rock paper scissors game in Overwatch even worse than it currently is, which is stupid. Like this goes completely against what the developers said on, okay, no, we're gonna make the game be like you can play whatever. Hard counters are not gonna exist. We're gonna make it as soft as possible. So some heroes are gonna have better matchups than others, right? But it's not gonna be anything crazy, right? Think about Cassidy versus Tracer. Cassidy versus Tracer is usually pretty fair, right? But no, they're going the wrong direction. They're going the complete opposite of what they're saying. Of like, oh hey, they have Orisa, haha, let me go back to spawn and swap Sombra, because Sombra is the only character in the game that can do this. Oh hey, they're playing Ana, haha, let me swap to Kiriko so that I can cleanse her cooldowns, ha! Right? It feels so stupid to me. That they're saying one thing and doing the exact opposite. And we as the community need to hold them accountable for these lies and for their stupid balance. Because this is stupid in so many levels. So stupid. Okay, honestly, I don't mind this. Really don't mind this. This reduces your skill, but it's just like so small that it's like, yeah, why not? It's similar to the idea of the Guardian Angel giving you an auto super jump, but like implemented 10 times better than that. Where it's like, this was a neat trick that some players used and some other players didn't even know existed, and now everyone is gonna be able to use it, right? I don't feel like this causes any harm, this is just quality of life. This is fine. They just made attack a passive? Yeah. In this case, I don't mind it. With Mercy, there's a debate. if it is even like something that you want to be in the game. Because with Mercy compared to other heroes like Genji, like Doomfist, their bugs got removed. Because no, it's unintended movements. And then with Mercy it's like, haha, you have privilege, your nerfs are actually buffs to your character, and you always have the if you try to make a change to Mercy, the entire community cries, so we as developers are gonna listen to you, haha, right? That like double standard is weird, but in this case this is completely fine in my opinion. This is just quality of life. When the ability ends instead of starts, this is good. Really, really good. This is actually gonna... I mean, I guess that this swap from 8 to 6 seconds makes sense with the cooldown starting at the end instead of the start. Because it's probably gonna be essentially the same timer. Or close to it. Relative aim sensitivity while rolling. Why? Why? I mean, I guess? Relative gyro sensitivity while rolling, Nintendo Switch platform only. That is interesting. This is not something that I've seen before, I don't think. Now, one thing that I want... Is my sound bugged? No, I accidentally pressed mute. How long ago have I been muted for? I don't think I have said anything really that useful. I said that this was like quality of life and this is like fine. What I hate is this. Share cooldown for particle, barrier, and protected barrier reduced from 11 to 10 seconds. A previous change decreased both barrier duration and increased the cooldown at the same time, lowering Zarya's effectiveness more than anticipated. This is a partial reversion to help level it out. Wow! What if you did the same to Genji, where you nerfed him because theoretically the passive put him over the top, and you removed the DPS passive, or at least the part that benefited Genji, right, more than other heroes, and then you don't revert his changes. Let's look, is there any Genji changes that revert his things? Oh no, because fuck Genji players, right? This is a slap in the face. It's like, yeah, we don't care about you, Genji. Fuck you. How dare you try to play a skilled character in a game that's all about not having any skill, right? How dare you? So stupid. Bob now prioritized targets damaged by Ash's rifle. This, I don't know how to feel yet. This might be extremely busted. Like extremely busted. I don't know. We'll see. Please no. Please no. I don't think Hanzo needs this. Like seriously. Like, I don't think that a sniper needs to have such great mobility tools as he has. And then, sure, maybe it's fine to have it, but why are you lowering this cooldown? 5 seconds is already really short. Sure, it's not the greatest movement ability in the world, but because of how flexible it is, it ends up being one of the best mobility cooldowns that the DPS roster has, I think. Or at least the more immobile ones do. So I think that this is like dumb. I think that we should be moving in the opposite direction. Actually make the characters that play far away, right? And Genji or rather Hanzo can flank and be close range and be effective there. Yes, but those are more niche scenarios. But what about making characters like Sojourn that is a sniper like Widow or similar to it in a lot of circumstances? Have a cooldown as long as Widow grapple, right? Why is Sojourn basically a better Widow? Or also having a better mobility cooldown, right? Sojourn's Light should be at the same time as Widowmaker grapple, at the minimum, for how good Sojourn's Light is. Because Sojourn's Light is drastically better than Widow grapple. Drastically better in most situations. So I think that before we think about lowering movement cooldowns for heroes that would love to keep their distance, we should actually nerf those mobilities and actually make them weak where they should be weak. Because Widowmaker is a great example, right? Widowmaker is weak up close. Leave that vulnerability. That's how you counter Widowmaker, not by fighting her long range, although yes, of course you can just go ahead and have a Widowmaker duel, but you mostly exploit her with mobility by getting close to her where she's at her weakest, right? By doing things like this, by giving Cassidy more range, right? Cassidy is supposed to be a more close range character, close to mid range, and then you buff his range so that he is also very relevant in mid range, and he can fight a character that he shouldn't be able to fight at those ranges. That feels stupid because that is like removing his weakness to a certain extent, right? That's what I don't like about this balance philosophy. Really don't like. Ultimate cast time reduced from 0.5 to 0.4, whatever, don't care. Jump jet movement is now influenced by directional input. We'll have to see just how drastic this is, but I don't know. Whatever. Torso hit volume life increased by 20%. This is great. Great. Although I'm waiting to see how much that actually affects in game. But this is great. Her hitbox is way too small. How about to do the same to Kiriko? Kiriko also has a hitbox that is way too small for no reason. The left field minimum health threshold increased from 10% to 25%. Why? Why are you buffing immortality effects in this game? Why? Who likes this? No one. That's the answer. Absolutely no one. So why are you going in the wrong direction as far as balance? Bug fixes. Oh, okay, this is something that I was trying to look at before. This is good. Okay, these are map fixes. Fix the bug where penguins are missing a noise when being hit with projectiles. Fix the bug with the physics of the cow. I'm really glad that we are looking at the right points of Overwatch to actually put our resources on Blizzard. I'm really glad that we're so laser focused on fixing the game where it needs to be fixed. Because the game was unplayable when the cow had the wrong physics when I shot it. The inflatable cow. Able to unintentionally stand. I wonder what these are. This is actually good. If this is correct, this is like the same issue that Sigma Flux has when it hits people on different elevations on where it was pressed in the middle. Maybe this will fix it for Orisa, and if it does fix for Orisa, it raises the question of why it isn't being fixed for Sigma. And these are the patch notes. As always, I'm disappointed. Amazing. Good job, Blizzard. I'm so glad. So glad that I played this game. And that we wait so long for this type of stuff to be seen. Alrighty. enough modding. I didn't have expectations for this, so this, like, yes, I'm saying how stupid it is, but I'm like, I expected that. That's gonna be it for this stream. I'm gonna go eat and I'm gonna... I don't know what I'm gonna do after. We'll see. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you all in the next time. Bye bye.